is up. The games are over. What you think is just happening in this generation alone has actually been happening for a long time. A lot of people have pulled these exact same types of stunts. What is the main stunt that a lot of these people are pulling in today's day and age? The main stunt is that there's the devil government, we're gonna call him DevGov, that there's the devil government, and then there's the victim person, okay? Victim person. So we got DevGov and we got VicPer, okay? And victim person or VicPer somehow is always using something that I don't think people are paying attention to, and this is very important, it's vital, especially when it comes to not being scammed or tricked or beguiled. If you notice, if you don't notice, I'll point it out. The victim persons that are always being pursued by the devil government are always using the devil government's devices. Did you notice that? That they're always hooked up to the same exact devices that belong to the government. If people aren't aware, here's an explanation, okay, about what I just said. The internet itself, the internet, is an open and easily accessible, especially by high intelligence or higher intelligence, high intel, upper level governments, whatever you want to call them. The internet is an open database. So even if you were being pursued by the devil government, the moment that this phone goes online, connects to any Wi-Fi, anything like that, these are tracking devices. If they wanted to have you, they would literally have you. So the main thing people need to get over is this right here. Not only just devil government, let's just call it for what it is. People need to get over in their brains the government ghost. The government ghost, the government boogeyman. This government that's after everybody because they're talking. This government that not only has people that are on their payroll, that have developed technologies, that are able to advance human civilization and societies and things that are such. This government that does have enemies, that does have actual physical enemies, beings that will have things done to them if they had the ability to, so they have to monitor them, and then that becomes a political thing where people think that they're trying to bully those people, even though those people will say things like death to America. Yeah, these governments do have enemies. I want to make sure that we're clear about something. Let's get it 100% crystal clear. They are not after the TikTok gurus. They are not after people who claim to be black inventors. Okay, they're not after any of those people in this day and time. You want to know why? Because everybody's running a game. Everybody's running the game, the same type of games that used to occur and still do occur when it was just TV. Okay, when it was just TV, you would have the cameras come on. When it was just TV, they would stream it on or broadcast it to everybody's television set that was in their living room, and everybody would literally channel in or tune in to, even when it was radios, to see what was the next thing that was the big thing for people to be concerned about. So because everybody has TVs or computers in their hand, this is what these new grifters use. Just the phone. They become the new broadcasters of casting these spells of worry, fear-mongering, doom, something's after me, something strange is happening. It's always something like that. And then eventually it just turns out to be about what? Just money. It all turns out to be about the almighty dollar. So here's what you need to do as people in order to advance. You need to be able to see past the government ghost spell. There is no government ghost. As a matter of fact, the next time somebody talks to you about the government this, the government that, the government, how about you ask them this question? Which compartment or department, which piece of the government are you referring to? Are you speaking about the defense? Are you speaking about the intel? Are you speaking about government as far as the people, the political parties? What parts of government are you speaking about? The mayor. What parts of government are you speaking about? Okay, because when they say this government word, people envision a ghost, and then they put things like Uncle Sam there, so Uncle Sam lives in people's minds rent free. All right, and it's not to say that they don't have people watching you, agencies watching you, data being collected, all kinds of things. Yeah, that's 100% reality, and we've seen it where they utilize biometrics and things that are such to collect data on people. Every time you sign up for something, every time you move a cursor, all of that data, every time you scroll, all of that data is being sent to different mainframes. We understand that, okay? But it's not a ghost. It's a very physical system, all right, with very physical people partnered with that system as moving parts. So we're not speaking of something that's supposed to be beyond this realm of fathoming, where they say, oh no, here's this man that invented something that has already been invented. And he's making something that we already make. And we already allow people to make under the regulation, of course, of what they refer to as the Clean Air Act, okay, or the Clear Air Act, all right? The Clean Air Act is saying, we're not going to allow for you to produce certain toxics, all right, or toxins to a certain degree, all right? You can still carry out certain projects and things like that, but when it comes to water pollution and air pollution, they saying they wanted to regulate that. Now, again, that was 1963 when they first started pushing those types of laws, environmental law enforcement, all right, or environmental protection laws, okay? But they're not coming after somebody because they're doing something as simple as what's already been there. It's paralysis. Do you understand that? Paralysis, pyrolysis. Let's look at the word. Paralysis. What is pyro? Remember I told you about the center, fire in the middle, fire. Pira. Fire. Pyramid, fire in the middle. This word lysis or lysis, look at it like that. Loose. Remember lys as loose. Okay? Loose or loosen. To loosen something. Or to separate something. Okay? Or to break it down, however you want to say it. So paralysis isn't something that this man Julian Brown invented. This shit been around for decades. And being able to convert waste to energy is something they've been talking about since before all of us were born. You see what I'm explaining to you? So then if people don't know that, then I can run with, I just invented something. Even though if you pay attention, a lot of the narratives are created by the viewers, which means that something else is happening there. Somebody is making suggestions and they understand how to make suggestions, to what degree those suggestions will be asserted. And then the audience does the rest. You want to know what that is? That's called illusion, okay? Or illusionary magic. Illusionists master that, where they have the ability to say, yo, I'll make a suggestion and say, well, even not just illusionists alone, people who sell things, they'll make a suggestion and say, da-da-da-da, woo-da-woo-da-woo. Okay, don't you think so? All right, or how about this? I'm about to go and take a run. Hopefully, I'll be able to maintain my stability in myself without sweating so much, okay? And then they go for a run, and the people's image in their mind is what? Oh, he was saying he wants to, but if he runs long enough, he'll be sweating. So people start coming up with the image in their mind that this person will be sweating. Person probably didn't even really go for a run. He probably just walked outside the house. You understand? Then what does he have to do? All he has to do is pour water over his head, walk back in the house, and people will, what? They'll finish and fill in the blanks that the person went for a run, and they're sweating, okay? All right, so let's imagine this. I'm in a car driving. I'm supposed to have invented something that I didn't actually invent. I'm using something that's already a science, but people are stupid, so they don't know that, okay? Or they're none the wiser, we'll say it nicely. So I'm recording a video while I'm in a vehicle. I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm recording a vehicle using a tracking device. This is a tracking device. You call it a cell phone. Okay, they would say it's a cell phone because no matter where you are, they know where your self is. Okay, so I'm going to use this cell phone, which is a tracking device, to record a mysterious video. And in the mysterious video, guess what I'm going to say? Because I'm a genius and the masses are not. I'm going to say something strange is going on. You want to know why? Because for one, I'm black. I already got a whole demographic rooting for me. I'm black. I'm smart. Sound like affirmations. I can build things. I am somewhat an engineer, a scientist to a degree, even if I just understand the science of combustion. You understand? Or how to remove combustion from a process to get a certain type of energetic usage. Okay, cool. Then I'm smart. And I'm demonstrating and displaying my smartness. Okay? So then guess what? I'll say, all right, something strange is going on. I don't know what's happening. And then here's what I'll do. I'll get another demographic by saying this word. Pray. I need everybody to pray for me. So then I got all the Christians. Don't get me wrong. This nigga Julius is a genius. I just gathered the Christians. Do you understand how big the demographic of do you understand how big their dollar is? Listen, the Christian dollar is humongous. And when he said, pray for me, everybody, not only did they run, they started to run, but then they went back, grabbed their grandmama and came back, and there was some more feet. And everybody said, pray for this man. Oh, Lord. And you want to know how I know? Because my DM was flooded. Faze, why you not posting this? Faze. First of all, I saw the exact same video that you saw. But we did not see the same video. I'm going to say that one more time. I saw the exact same video that you saw. We did not see the same exact video. The reason why we didn't see the same exact video is because we don't have the same type of conditioning. Okay, I'm not conditioned to believe what any motherfucker says. I'm not conditioned to play into pathos, all right? Or to play into somebody's theological assertions. I'm not conditioned to play into anything. So I'm watching things that y'all not watching. First of all, he's allowing the assumption that the government is after him to be pushed through the masses. He's not checking that and say, no, y'all, that's not what's going on. He's allowing people to think that he's a target because he invented something. He's not putting it on record. I did not invent this thing. I built my own version of what already exists. Whole companies already use these types of devices. There are whole grants and everything that are given out for people that can innovate. And I think he received one also. Yet there's a difference between innovation and invention. Is innovation to be applauded? Yes. It's worthy of applause. Is somebody been able to build what he built worthy of applause? Yes. Was it a spectacle? Was it something to say, wow, that's amazing? Yes. Was it something to be integrated into the people like stories like Stan Meyer? No, but people ran to do that. And if I say Stan Meyer, people say, what are you talking about? Stanley Allen Meyer, the one who I think he passed away the year I was born, 1998, somewhere in March. I think it was March 20th, 1998. Okay, but they said that he was the one who came out with that device that was called the water fuel cell vehicle, or the water power, or the what do they call it, perpetual motion vehicle, or the perpetual motion machine. All right, well, he said he created a vehicle that ran on water, right? And people said that he died mysteriously, that he was at a restaurant and he had some other people that was with him. I think his brother named Steven. So his brother Stephen Meyer was with him, and he drank some juice that the waiter had brought to him, or the waitress had brought to him. And they said when he drank it, that he ran out into the parking lot and he was choking and gagging, and then he fell, and before he died, he said, they poisoned me. So people ran with that. They investigated it. People was in the parking lot, said that they saw that. And then, you know, they said that the vehicle went missing, and then it popped up out of nowhere, all kind of stuff. So there was a whole conspiracy surrounding Stan Meyer. I know this because my mother raised when she was all into them type of stories. So when things like that was happening, she would talk to me about it as I grew up. Yeah, they did this, they did that, they took the patents, da-da-da. So I knew about those types of stories. Okay, even still, being able to, okay, here's the situation. All right, same way you got paralysis. All right, it sound like paralysis. I'm not saying paralysis, paralysis. All right, the same way you got that, you got something else called electrolysis. All right, it is the same type of system. Okay, paralysis or paralysis, electrolysis. If the same thing that applies here. Instead of fire, what would it be? electricity. All right, so you're still using one of these, all right, to break something down or to cause something to loosen up or dissolve. All right. Now, when it comes to electrolysis, let's say we have something like the dihydrogen monoxide, which is basically H2O. And why would they say dihydrogen monoxide? Because the di is here and the monoxide, mono, is right here. So H2O, which is saying hydrogen 2, oxygen 1. So dihydrogen monoxide. Okay, dihydrogen mono. Just remember the word mono as one, monoxide. If I want to separate these two, okay, then I may use electrolysis to pull hydrogen out, okay? And the purpose of that would be what Stan Meyer's thing was, being able to split the dihydrogen monoxide or split water to get hydrogen and oxygen, all right? And then that hydrogen oxygen will be combusted, and that combustion would lead to the energetic source. So even still, that wasn't something that would have been even beyond fathoming. And they did approach Stan Meyer multiple times and say, yo, let's test it. We hear that you're building this. We hear that you want to do this. Let's test what you're doing. Let's test the vehicle. And he refused to test it. And he was also fighting things in court. What was he fighting in court? That he had ran off on some investors. He wasn't showing them the things that they were supposed to be seeing. And they were like, we want our money back. And they said that they tried him and they found him guilty for fraud. Now, just because you're found guilty in the system doesn't mean that you're guilty. I'm just saying a lot of people don't go into more of the story of what he was actually dealing with and presenting at the time. Okay. However, he did suffer a death, and it's recorded that he said, they poisoned me. All right. So again, it could have been anything. He could have committed suicide and said that just so it could go down in history, all right, that the government was after him. Or the government could have actually been after him. Certain agencies could have been after him the same way they were after certain people, because what they were presenting was challenging certain big industries like oil industries. When they're challenged, they don't like that shit. But what the dude Julian Brown was doing and showing was not something that was a challenge. Y'all actually blew it up way beyond the threat that it even could have posed. You see what I'm explaining to you? So the more you kept blowing it up, said we need to protect him, we need to protect him. If the government didn't know, then y'all make them know who he was. You see what I'm explaining to you? Which actually opened him up to, if it were threats that he was facing, it wouldn't have been just the government. It could have just been hecklers, hackers, all kind of stuff. You see what I'm explaining to you? Which is what they were trying to say. Even still, let's get back to that video. So he pops up with the video, say, yo, something strange going on. Everybody pray for me. I don't know. It's just something weird. Okay, so you want to know what he's causing people to fall victim to? I named it. When did I name it? I named it earlier today. It's called the vague plague. And everybody got sick with it. It's the vague plague. When you got people laying on and leaning on and hanging on to every word that you're uttering, and you're not giving any type of descriptions or details of what's actually going on. And then you're saying things like, I can't say what's happening. Why? Why can't you say what's happening? You're already using a government device. You're causing paranoia. You understand what I'm explaining to you? You're causing people to be paranoid, and then you disappear. This seems like a strategy to me. You disappear, you dip off, people don't hear from you, so then that paranoia goes on. And you say you've been advised to not go and post anything and not be on the sites and let it and lay low for a while, and then people are worried that, oh, I felt bad, I couldn't tell y'all. You could have sent anybody to tell what's going on. You could have made any type of statement in multiple types of ways. And then you pop up with your mother. And I'm watching now, I'm paying attention, I'm looking at this whole thing. I say she one of them actors too. She in on shit with them. Even when they posted, said, oh, they done called out Mama Bear. Not one time did y'all say this is the government. Not one time did you name an agency. Not one time did you say the FBI is after me. When it was Malcolm X, he said who it was. The FBI is trying to do this. The FBI is trying to do that. When he was at Oxford and he was talking, I think the brother name was Tariq. Okay, he said, yo, if they get me, it's going to be the FBI that did it or the NOI that did it or both. Okay, he called the names. He said what was happening. You've seen him going through it. Y'all didn't say that not one time. You want to know why? Because they ain't want them type of problems. Because then the government be like, who, us? Okay, since you want to play, and then they would have started playing with y'all. The same reason why they said there was no missing persons report. If he actually went missing, okay, then guess what? The family would have immediately been like, yo, hey, my folk, where he at? Y'all need to know where he, y'all know Mama Bear. That ain't no Mama Bear. Mama being nice for a reason. You understand what I'm explaining to you? Mama seems scripted. No disrespect to the women. Okay, no disrespect to the mother. I'm just telling you what it seems like to me. Mama seemed scripted. Mama seemed like she knew what the thing was from the beginning. And now they popping up say, I'm glad he got a family. I'm glad he got supporters. I'm glad people gonna send him money. Send him money for what? Send him money for what? Send him money to support his business. I thought he was in danger because he invented something and the government doesn't want that information out. I thought that's what the narrative was, and neither one of y'all have checked the narrative and said, y'all, we got to stop with the conspiracies. It's not the government. This is normal stuff. You can go to school to learn it. They literally teach it. Okay, it's science, it's chemistry. It's not something that you have to be killed to know. And if you build this shit in the backyard of your own house, your own establishment with, the solar panels, and you get the machines and you have the microwavable technologies or microwave technologies, and you got you'll be able to build the shit yourself. Literally, if you just know the science. And guess who puts out the science and allows for the science to be taught? The government. So you're not saying to me or to the people that the government is behind this. When are y'all going to clear up that conspiracy? Because that's how you got your demographics. That's how you locked them in, that some government called DevGov was chasing you, Vic Per. The devil government was chasing the victim person. That's not true. He know it's not true. And y'all were getting people say, why you want to post? I said, look, I smell, y'all don't remember what I was saying? I said, I don't know that the nigga's missing. And then wasn't long after I said that, what happened? The mama come out and say, he good, he's sitting right here. What you mean he's sitting right there? And why it take you so long to say? Because you got to let that worry build up. You got to let it fester. If the mama can come out and say something now, what hackers y'all know? Let's get to it, let's get to it, let's get to it, let's do it. What hackers y'all know that's going to give you a week to lay low, and then because you took a break, they going to be like, we're going to leave this nigga alone. And they going to let you get back on your account. They going to let you come back and pop shit again, say, we got them hackers. What hackers y'all know? I'm not saying I know hackers. Matter of fact, let's change the subject. What cybersecurity niggas do you know that's gonna be like, yeah, you right. Since you took a break, I'm gonna leave your ass alone. If they get on your ass, they on your ass. They own everything. Ain't gonna be no such thing as you gonna make a backup account. They got that too. You gonna be in so many loops and V tunnels and behind so many firewalls and up under so many. I don't know nothing about this stuff. I'm just saying there's a possibility, hypothetically speaking, they would have been they would have soaked every mainframe and every motherboard that you think you owned. You would have been up under so many different scripts and codes and all kind of stuff. You would have thought it was time to perform for your movie. I don't know how to explain this other than to say hackers or cybersecurity niggas, they don't move like that. This nigga lying. This nigga lying. And I just watch games like this. How you went from you under attack, something strange is going on, to now, nigga, y'all help me, y'all send me some money, and then let me show y'all these products I'm working. What? What? If you were ever in a situation like that, your first thing to do would not be to jump right back to what you was doing that would have irritated the motherfuckers from the beginning. I'm telling y'all, you would move differently. You wouldn't even be out here as loud. As a matter of fact, that nigga would probably became a lawyer. He would have shifted everything, changed identities, if you would have been exposed to some shit like what they try to do when they see you as a threat. No, 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 no. I know everything's like, damn, FaZe, everything is a facade out there. Everything down there in that world of illusion. If you're ready to wake up, okay, you have to scrutinize. You have to analyze. You have to look at everything. Okay, you have to analyze until ain't no lies. All right, if you still see some lies, you got some more analyzing to do. You have to be that analytical. You have to have that type of discernment. So don't just buy it. And that's why I'm telling you that pro-black spell has to go. The government ghost has to go. This nigga got on a phone and told you it was some problems, and they know they're lying. It ain't no problems, and now they back on it. Now they running it big because they see how big they got. They see them followers done went up. Now it's time to run the thing. Let's get them cash apps. Let's get these investments for free into the business I'm working on now. If you would have come out and just did that, ain't no issue. You can obviously come out and do crowdfunding. You're going to see people like Umar Johnson, even myself. You do crowdfunding, okay? Now, people like Umar Johnson, they run a similar game. They run in that pro-black game. I didn't run that game. I said, I'm working on the music. Let's get some funds coming in for the music. And we did the music. I said, I'm working on this childish movie or animation for the children, a movie for the children. Let's do that. Da, da, da. We did that. I say, I'm doing an album. We get that done. Whatever I say we're doing, we get it done. I'm not making no promises, using no black race or no schools or none of that. You see what I'm explaining to you? So people are using that game that the government is still after melanin dominant people. The government isn't after anybody right now. The government is focused on what they've been focused on, survival. They're focused on survival. And somebody knowing how to employ waste to energy methods is not a threat to their survival because that knowledge is all over the internet. Just go look it up. It already exists. He did not invent that. You see, I'm explaining to you. But people ran with it. Say, FaZe, what you think about this? I didn't think anything of that other than to watch and pay attention. So after I said, I don't think he's missing. I don't know if he's missing. And then he pops up again, and now they running the game. So how many people gonna realize and wake up? And don't get upset with people who like, hold on now, something don't seem right. Don't get upset with people, just watch. The only reason why you would get upset with people is because you still believing in the black thing. You still believing in the white government plus black victim delusion. Listen, you want to know what white government, white gov plus black victim equals? I'm gonna give you the whole formula. White government plus black victim equals money. Money, 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 money. White government, black victim, money. It's one of the easiest ways, literally one of the easiest ways to extract things from people. Okay, listen, any type of smoke y'all think y'all got from me, hold out to the end. Okay, so I don't mistake you as being op block and I have to get you up out of here. Any questions you got, hold them to the end while I'm speaking. All right, any challenges you got for me personally, all right, hold that off to the end, and then we'll get to it. Y'all know you're still not dealing with just a regular person who can't see what you're saying. I see what y'all saying. Just wait to the end, and we'll address it. Other than that, what are you doing? I'm in the middle of speaking, and we get into the root of all of this. You worried about the wrong things, by the way. You need to be focused on what the delusions are, the delusions that go viral. This is a viral situation. If we can get to the root of what caused this viral delusion, then maybe, just maybe, we can rid people of the confusion that comes with it in the future. Because people are confused. People are confused. One of the main reasons is because it's race thing. It's because of this race. So go back. When you watch the video, just pay attention. You got to know, listen, I tell y'all, study psychology, study human behavior, study marketing, study business strategies, study the fact that it was a video. All right, not a post, not a quick post with some text on it and dip out. A video. Which one of y'all think will go further? All right, all y'all who took the artist advancement class, I know it was quick and we got to a lot and through a lot. Who remember? Listen, I could easily put up word, word, or I could do video. Now, which one will go further? All right. A lot of people would enjoy, because that's what a lot of people are, they're really being entertained by things like that. A lot of people will enjoy a visual thing, a video, as opposed, I guess it's still visual here, but they would enjoy a video more than they would just text. So you put up a video, you say somebody's after me, and they're able to go out there into the world and push that narrative, all right? Or you say something strange is going on. Listen, take your mind back. This person wasn't missing. And then y'all spread around that he was missing because you didn't see it. That's all a part of it. They be smart like that. That's all a part of it. They never said they were missing. You created the narrative for them. And now that they got it, say, oh, no, he's okay. I'm glad y'all were concerned about him. We were dealing with some hackers. Now what we need to know is what type of hackers were you dealing with that let y'all slide like that? And he said, we're going to make this extra post or use this extra account just in case we run into them again. You know that's a lie. All of it is a lie. And I'm looking, I say, even when they speaking, I say, I don't know if they got the app that allows for them to read the letters or read the words while they speaking, but that shit is scripted. You need more experience with people. You have to get out there, talk to people, deal with people. And even if you're not getting out there, again, study these things. So you'll be able to see what I see. So you won't be upset with me when I don't just jump on a trend because people say somebody's missing. Some of us got sense. And then you can't say I was wrong, can you? Say, FaZe, man, that's messed up. You ain't post them. The nigga was lying. First of all, not only was he lying, he allowed for y'all to think he was missing. You want to know what's so interesting? If I'm gonna say it like this, I know how to do what he did without there being so many holes in it. I know how to do what he did without the holes. I'm talking about to the point where it's like people would be rioting. People be outside with signs and picket, all kind of. Listen, this was something that had a lot of holes in it. And all I am is the person that's standing there with the monocle on the eye. All right, that's looking at it and saying, nah. I say, this is how he did this trick. Okay, he did that, he used this, he used that. This was the method, and here's how we got here. So those of you who are ready to ascend, you need to move more like the elect. Remember, they said the elect can't be fooled. If they could, they would fool the very elect. And there's another state now, I'll give you a secret. There's another state that goes beyond lightning, okay? You have elect, the elect, all right? Here's what you need to remember. There's a formula, okay? If you go from amber or red, let's say to green here, right? Let's say the green is here, all right? And then let's say you keep building up, all right, as your genes activate and your information increases and you become less gullible, all right? And let's say you keep building up through each of these gates. Here's what you'll notice when you wise up. One person's root, all right, will be another person's crown as you go up, okay? So even no matter how you say it, you could say crown, you could say root, you could say heart chakra or green, and then you could say crown, or you could say from the root, and then you can have an understanding that the crown will be in the center there. The heart will be in the center there, and the crown will be there. But every time you go up, you're going into a higher plane, which will mean if I go from the old world, all right, let's say this is the old world, and I come into the new world, all right, this will be the new ground for me. This is the ground for those in the old world. You see that? So because this will be the new ground for me, I still have a ways to go with ascending. All right. What's another easier way to explain that? When you go from the first grade to the second grade to the third grade, no matter what grade you were going to, didn't you have to learn new things? And you had to still pass those tests. And you had to be able to graduate and keep graduating. And even after you got to the point where they said you can go on and just live your life now, you still had the option to pursue higher degrees, similar to masonry. After you go to through elementary school, right? You got elementary school, where you learn the elementary particles, all right? The elementary, the rudimentary, or the fundamental, the foundation, elementary school, okay? And then you have, let's put it on top, middle school, all right? Where you learn all of the things in the middle ground, the transitionary elements, things that are such. So you have the elementary particles or the primary elements, transitionary elements, and then you have the higher elements or the ultimate elements, which is called high school, all right? You can just literally replace this word element with degree, all right? So you have elementary school, okay, all right, which will be the degree 1. Middle school, degree 2. High school, degree 3. In masonry, it'll be EA, FC, M&M, okay? Entered apprentice, fellow craft, master mason. These are the 3 degrees, all right? But then after you go beyond that, what can you do? You gain what's called honorary studies and get more degrees in the collegiate field. And you get your master's or your bachelor's or associates, whatever degrees you want to add on for yourself. The point is, you still had to graduate and learn more things. So the point here is when you're saying elect, all right, I want y'all to go and find this word electron, all right, electron in Greek. You want to know what it leads you to? It leads you to amber, okay? You have to still go beyond the elect part. I'm going to show you that where you can find that in the Holy Bible, as they call it. All right. You still have to go beyond elect. Eventually, you'll go from elect, which is the new amber. Green is your new amber. You know that, right? As you climb up the pyramid, you see that? You go from the red to the green. All right. But this is your new world. So green becomes your new red. All right. This is your new what? Earth. And earth was Eretz. All right. Which was another way actually of saying Adama. Okay. Which was another way of saying Edom, which meant red also. Okay. So again, I told you, they got all the systems messed up. But this will be your new earth, and your new heaven, Shemarim or Shemaim, will be up here. Okay, and after you go up there, in my father's homes, there are many mansions, dimensions. You understand? You have to still keep ascending. This is speaking about degrees. All right, so what's beyond elect? All right, so let's say elect is the lightning. Okay, this is that establishment of the new world, electricity, those who have sped up to a certain degree. Could you access a degree beyond lightning? All right, now, if we're speaking in terms of speed, then a lightning will have a specific type of speed close to what? The speed of light. So you will have to go to the quantum workings or the inner workings of the thought, the synaptic connections. And you have to scale the synaptic connections up to what we see as real life or big from our perspective. So if you could take a neuron, all right, with all the glial cells and dendrites, all of that. If you could take a neuron before it's going and connect it through synapses to another neuron, all right, and then observe the literal electricity as it shoots through as a thought. If you could scale this very neuron or nerve cell even up to a human being size, how fast would a human being be able to move? All right. And how fast would the signal that goes from a human being to another human being be able to travel? All right. This is where you get to competing with lightning. All right. Now, again, this is all what I'm explaining metaphorically. You see what I'm explaining to you? Because this isn't something that they've done or seen in physical reality. But if they were to, now let's say love itself was a thought, okay? And when you're loving someone or having the feeling of love, you're experiencing chemical releases, chemical responses, all right? You're also experiencing thoughts, neural activity. And that allows for you to say, even in that moment, if it's just for that moment alone, I love you. Your thoughts are going toward the person itself. You understand what I'm explaining to you? So lightning will have competition, love. All right. So if we read the book of Matthew, chapter 24, okay, Matthew, you go to Matthew 24:27. All right. Matthew 24 is for all the elect. All right. Or chosen ones that y'all be talking about. Go and read that. It talks about a lot of the things that y'all have to go through and what to watch out for, all of that. Okay. Now, there are different discussions about that, too, because the whole conversation was speaking in terms of what was supposed to happen before a generation passed over. And some scholars say that generation ended with them niggas. So they try to figure out why people are still applying it for 2,000 years later. So I'm not telling you to believe what I'm saying or believe the Bible. I'm just saying all of these things are able to be extracted from gems or jewels that can be applied in real time. Okay, so we use it as a basis. So in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 27, they speak about lightning coming from out of the east unto the west. So even as lightning shineth out of the east unto the west, and people are able to observe it, they say, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, when Dr. Malachi York was in the Imam Asa days, okay, Ansari Allah, Sufi cosmology days, there was a poster that he had that would be put up around the city. And the poster was some a landmass of the east, a landmass of the west. The west was Western Hemisphere, okay, meaning the U.S. The east was like his Sudanese origins, his grounds there in Africa, okay? So you have from east down to the west. You see what I'm explaining to you? And he highlighted the east as green and the west was red. You see what I'm explaining to you? My point is, even for people to come from higher degrees into a lower vibratory realm, they use that lightning, okay, which is that channel, okay? They use the lightning to get to you. They can't stay there. They still have to leave a certain way. You see what I'm explaining to you? This is something interesting to think about, like in the book Acts chapter 1, verse 9, the book of Acts chapter 1, verse 9, when Jesus left on the cloud, he didn't leave on a cloud alone. Okay, remember, these crafts move like lightning. Okay, you read the book of Ezekiel, okay, Ezekiel's will, or Ezekiel's wills as they call it. All right, they really say Ezekiel's will. It's Ezekiel's wills. Okay, they mentioned more than one wheel within whatever the machine was, or the apparatus or vehicle was. Okay, those vehicles were said to move like lightning. Okay, they even speak about a lightning type occurrence in a vehicle in El Quran with Baraku, all right, or Barak, okay, BRQ for the three-part root. And they say that that was something that was shining and bright and move a certain way. So the lightning motions is what people speak about even today, where they say that they saw a craft and it was sitting there and then it shot off. So they say moving like lightning. And you watch the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and you will see that the crafts were behind the clouds and they had lightning that came with the crafts. All right, that could have some type of something to do with the composition of the vehicle, the electromagnetic reality of it, whatever. Okay, even still, they put it in a movie. So the point is, there could be a reality where those crafts move like lightning. There's lightning that comes with those crafts, and they hide behind the clouds. So when they say he is coming with clouds, he could also be coming with what? Lightning. So that's like a channel. So if you can take a degree from that, you'll get, you elect, don't stop at elect alone. Your goal is to reach love. And this is what Dr. Melchizedek was saying. It's about love, 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 love. All right? He even said care, because care is like a higher degree of that. Learn to care. Care gives you core. Core is C-O-R-E, but also C-O-R, as in the word for heart. Okay? Where that heart is activated, the heart chakra is activated, or the pyramid, the fire in the center. Yet to the ones who observe from the overseer's point of view, if I draw that pyramid, all right, with the X in the middle, and that fire is there in the middle from the overseer's point of view, guess what also is in the middle? The crown. You see what I'm explaining to you? So you got the heart and the crown right there in this point where the singularity is, or the axis point is. And Melchizedek said, I am, what do you say? I am the axis. You see? And he also was what? And is what? The green light. You see? Now, what's the point there? Green light would be what's referred to as esmer. Okay? Esmer. Or esmer. Esmer. And esmer is like saying emerald. Okay? So you have emerald green. Esmer. Emerald. You see what I'm explaining to you? So not just elect, you would have to go esmer to get even beyond that, which I'm giving y'all degrees that we haven't even reached yet. But this is why you see me saying things like the supreme beings, because this word is also esmu, esmu in Arabic, and esmu means supreme. You see? And the esmer, or the emerald green, would be supreme or reign supreme over what? Even the elect or electron or amber or ember, fire. You see? So all of that is different degrees. So when you say amber, phonetically sounds like ember, okay, for fire. You see that? Or pyro. So eventually you have to get beyond that. All of this is still saying go from being the ones who are easily fooled, all right, to the top degrees beyond that, where you can't be fooled because you realize all of this is dealing with light. Illusion. Illusion. Okay? And then you see a breakdown there. Illa. Illa is God. Illu. So you see the word God, which they would have written it like that as a noun. God. Illa. Sion. Okay? It's like a mountain that they speak of, Mount Sion, not mountain, Mount Sion, a mount, and then you have Zion as heaven, Sion, heaven. Okay? So also Suin. Okay, so you have Sion, Zion, and Suin, okay, or Zuin. The Zuin is the red or the amber, And then the Zion is the purple, okay, or the green, depending on where you are in the lineup. You see, and how you're looking at it. So then there's a split here. What will you do when you're presented with an illusion? Will you respond to it as someone who has this degree or that degree, or the lower degree of Zuin? And Zuin, or Suin, was the god of the moon. Another way to say that was sin. I wrote about this, spoke about this in the book, How to Love Again. Sin, okay? So Zion would be speaking about heavens, or that heavenly light, which is the true light, which is the sun, all right? Or even the stars, which are suns. You see? So don't let these people keep fooling y'all. Everybody keeps running this foul play conspiracy game, thinking that something is going on with somebody because, you know, they're, again, providing that vague plague. That's not what's happening, y'all. I support real. Y'all go ahead and screenshot that if y'all want to. I support the real. If somebody's doing something, it's a real thing, I'm going to look into it. Okay, cool. I support that. I also take heed that no man deceive me. So I don't care what you're doing. I don't care who you are. You could be any race, ethnicity, doesn't matter. Okay? People say, damn, FaZe, why don't you won't be coming at these people? Why you don't come at the white people? So you ain't been around long enough. I've spoken about everybody and everything. I've talked about the same governments and everything since I was younger. I grew up. And you start realizing all this stuff leads to the center. You see? So if I'm in a community of people and everybody pointing fingers outside of the community, but the house is still burning, and ain't nobody in the house burning it. Okay, something going on. Hold on. Wait, we point too many fingers. How about you grab a bucket? And a nigga turn on me, there we go. Don't get upset with me because I had to do, you know what I'm saying, or go fisticuffs with a nigga who done turned on me with the bucket. You see, let's get him up out of there. That's an illusion. We don't need that. If you wanted people to support your business, just say that. If you wanted people to buy your products, just say that. But y'all gotta like, and you gotta look at branding. Look at the nature jab. This is branding. Nature. You see? Why would that be important? Because most people in the conscious community, spiritual community, and a lot of people that are in the black community, as you call it, are moving more toward this brand. It is a brand, okay? And you wanna know why they're moving toward this brand? Because of people like Nature Boy and Rashad Jamal. So they're moving closer toward that. So you see somebody with some locks, they're darker skin, or they got copper on and things like that, and they selling leaves and stuff. You're like, okay, let me help them and support them and da-da-da. These people are making money, are killing off of y'all. Ironically, they're supposed to be, or oxymoronically, they're supposed to be providing light and life. No, that's not how you do this. You see that? So I don't care about the wonders, the miracle. They work a lot. They said a lot of people work a lot of wonders and miracles. When you going to explain what's going on? Don't just show that this is something that you done built. Talk about the fact that it's been around. So people don't be confused and think that but you can't. So listen, a video like this, they'll ignore it. They don't want to respond. I'm not saying that I'm not even looking forward to that. I'm just saying just be mindful of that. That even if this was something huge and it went big and viral, they would act like they ain't, because what? Then I'm gonna be like, step forward and let's talk about it, right? I got a team of scientists I can call up right now that I know, and we can sit here and talk about it. We ain't just talk about electrolysis. Let's go into it. Let's speak about the carbon monoxide emission risk. The reason why they ruled a lot of that out. People thinking that they don't want to do it just because it's not economically beneficial to whichever companies would be participating. No, they got risk. There's nitrogen oxide that could be an emission, air pollution, water pollution. Let's talk about what they say can happen if everybody just starts burning plastic as a waste to energy conversion method. You see, I explained it to you? That could be a problem for the environment. So there are a lot of things that go into people ain't all this complaining. You go in your kitchen, you turn the water on, don't you? All this complaining, you go and I look at right now, these electricity is on in my house. Everybody that's sitting there talking, they complain, we got to help them, we got to support them. You don't want to do that because then you will be looking at a world where, first of all, there will be a war. There will be a war on what type of energy. We've had enough wars. We still got people warring over energy sources, oil, all kind of things like that. So there'll be a substance war. There'll be a literally a chemical war, chemical warfare based off of we said, oh, let's support this person if that became an issue. You see what I'm explaining to you? But right now, all the people they saying that, they using all of the water running through their community. Ain't nobody boycotted that and said, we ain't gonna do that until y'all help him do his thing. You see, y'all still living off of the same exact system that you're saying, and you don't understand that that system was put in place in with safety measures. You have electricity running under your house and through your house. Somehow you're able to turn on your lights without being electrocuted. Somehow you're able to open your refrigerator and your food is, this is a safe environment. There's a lot of testing and scientific measures that were taken to sustain that. So you think just because somebody turned on the camera that they're going to revolutionize the industries? And they show you something that is going to revolutionize the industries. That's already being done. So there's a lot more that will have to go into it. Eventually, they're going to stop with that game of they're changing the plastic into fuel and oil and charcoal, all that. They're going to stop with that game, and then it's just going to be their environmental products. And y'all are going to be supporting those products. It's going to be another tantalization effect of you're waiting on a resolve that will not come. And I don't mean to put Julian Brown down, all right, in a way that says anybody that attempts to go this route, don't be encouraged. No, if you're real and you really want to see the world change Nikola Tesla style and you're ready for what comes with that, then go forward with it. Don't play these games in between because you put out a bad name for those who may be sitting hours and hours and hours on end in their factories and their laboratories and their studies, and they really want to change some things and they're willing to work with certain communities and companies to get it done, and they're not worried about whether or not it's just a black people thing or a black people app. They're talking about a humanity thing. Okay, well then, yeah, now you're cooking with grease, which is what you're supposed to cook with. So I was explaining to you? But if it's just going to be a game of social media for you to sell the next product or skin cream or herb, no, I don't support that. I don't support that because you're playing with something that is way bigger than these apps. This is people's livelihood. You see what I'm explaining to you? And when people start buying into that and there's paranoia, you can't do people like that. Because then that psychosis has long-lasting effects and something else might happen that requires their attention. And they're not able to get that attention because they still stuck on what happened over here and they think you're going to lead them somewhere. That's why I come for these people like that. Like, you know, you're not leading them anywhere but to your store. It was a commercial. D1, that was a commercial. You see what I'm explaining to you? This is why we got to come on here and talk about this spell right here. This is marketing. This is what people use for commercials. You see that? So no, not only was he not missing, I wasn't crazy when I was telling y'all, I don't buy it. I don't buy that. Then they come out and say, well, he's not actually missing. We know that because you ain't filed no report. Because you don't want to be hit up for no false police report. And we know it ain't the government because you ain't say it was the government. You let the people say that because that was going to boost your sales. You with me? So yeah, we got to be harder on people, period. And because I'm specifically in a community where it's predominantly melanin dominant, and it's like that, it's wired, people are wired that way, you see what I'm saying, especially societally, to support people who look like them and they can relate to the most. So by default, a lot of the people that I'm speaking to are melanin dominant. That's not my end goal. I don't want to I'm not here to save black people. You see what I'm explaining to you? Because we don't share the planet Earth with just other melanin dominant people. We share the planet Earth with so many different types of life forms, so many different ethnicities and races of people. You see what I'm not trying to sound like Martin Luther King here. What I'm saying is, it's just reality. You go to the store, don't you see them people, them white folks, when they be hunched over in a line, and you don't see them? I see them. I don't know why they be looking like this. I don't know how white people had tech neck before it was called tech neck. You don't see the white people? You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with them. They doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? They say hi. I say, what's up? They don't be bothering nobody. Let them live. I'm not mad at them for what they potential ancestors may have done. Just because the nigga Caucasian don't mean that his ancestors were slave owners. Like, damn, that nigga could have been, we probably got the same type of ancestors. The U.S. is a melting pot. You understand? I don't say melting pot with pun intended. I know we're talking about paralysis. The point is, okay, if you're going to use certain things, if you try, okay, you want to set up a system, you want to allow for decomposition without combustion to occur, you want to do it where there's no oxygen in the environment, and you want to get a fuel source that may or may not be even fucking reliable, do it, okay? Just what the fuck are you selling? What's this? What are these then that he got? What are these? All right, I'm selling stuff, nigga. You selling oil? What are you talking about? It's buttercream, nigga. What about the machine? What about the machine? What are you selling that? What was this? A commercial. All right. Any questions? Operation missing. The only thing that's missing is people's sense. I'm gonna do my best to help them find it. Ain't no war on inventors that's made up. It's not happening right now. You see? Questions. Everything I just told you, you go look it up. Don't get mad at me. Go look it up. Stop believing people or believing in people just because of how they look. Stop doing that. Stop believing things and in things just because of how they look. Stop doing that. Pops once said, no one wins the race in racism. Exactly. I don't got time to be racist. That takes too much energy. I don't say energy with pun intended. I know we're speaking about energy conversion. What's the name of your children's movie? It's called Childish. Go look it up. Childish. I plan on doing another one soon. Any question about what we talked about? Any question what y'all was speaking about earlier? I saw y'all talking about the Play for Change thing. What was the question? What was going on? What was being said? A lot of people forget Bob Marley is half white. I don't think a lot of people know that. Pops once said, okay, what do we got? You feeling bad? Yeah, man, it's just, I don't know. He said you fake getting shot at, pretty much. Listen, there's some of y'all that don't know whether or not you rocking with me or you against me. You the same one who came in my DM and was mad at me because your payment didn't come through, even though they shut my Cash App down. You see what I'm explaining to you? Then you was mad at me because of the show that happened on June 20th. There were people here at that show. If you got the link and you saw that part of the show, which was the illusionist, that was a part of the show. Also a part of the show was shutting the show down so that people that were at the show, the actual physical show, would also have the experience of the test that they were experiencing without thinking, oh, he's still streaming this. This must be a test of some kind. You see what I'm explaining to you? So I don't know. And then y'all have to make up y'all mind of whether or not y'all with me. P Sizzle, yes or no? Didn't you make a reaction video to one of my songs, Dungeon Cry, when you speak? Don't you DM me and say how much I done changed your life, all this other stuff? What do you mean? Why would I fake getting shot at? You know my wife was in the house? Do you know that we went live immediately after it happened? Okay, so the only thing that just came from that is I know I don't fuck with you. I just know that. Yeah, okay, so then, all right, well, then somebody almost just got you sat on your ass then, if you saying you didn't say that. So then what was being stated before we get up out of here? What was the question? What's the question about the Play for Change? They shut down my Cash App. They said it was too much activity. I attempted to appeal it for a week and some odd straight. They were like, well, we normally do this when we suspect gambling and da-da-da-da, and it was too much money coming through. Even though I had a business account, so every time y'all sent funds, they took a tax percentage out. So they were making money off of however long we had the Cash App. And then they just decided they were going to shut it down. You see? No, I'm not going to give you a second. Any other questions? You would have had to come ready already. Am I fasting right now? I'm not fasting right now. They had the power to do, yeah, I mean, it's Cash App. It's whoever run Cash App. That ain't no problem. It was time for some new stuff anyway. I don't look at things, you know what I mean? I look at it a different way. It was time for some. What I was grateful for was that when people attempt to send to the Cash App, it tells you it ain't gonna come through. As opposed to there being a lot of confusion of people sending in funds, or they might have, I was thinking about stuff like that. They watched the old lives where I had the books, right? And it said play for change. And I ain't want people that try to send it and then their money goes somewhere and it's frozen somewhere. So I got relief when people were sending me screenshots and it was saying it couldn't go through. I said, okay, cool. Because it's time. Sometimes it's time for new stuff. You see what I'm explaining to you? Sometimes it's just time. And that's how I looked at it. So we do Through the Sun, or we might move forward. We do other things. If we need to do fundraisers, stuff like that, I can just go fund me. We go through the banking system, however we got to do it. But new is not a bad thing. They shut mine down too for the, yeah, I mean, people can't say I'm lying. So when bro hit my DM and he was going off like, you doing the same thing, I just responded to him humbly. I could screenshot and show y'all just because I do that type of stuff. I responded to him humbly like, bro, they shut I was like, I had to go through stuff to figure that out. You don't know, talking to people on the phone, going through the appeal process, all that. Niggas mad at me. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? That I didn't reject your refund. I can't send anything. They wouldn't let me send funds. They wouldn't let me receive funds. You asked me for a refund for the $10, I think it was, either for one of the show links or something. I couldn't refund it because it was shut down. I couldn't send anything. All I could do was withdraw the funds that were there, and I still had to make sure my bank and everything was set up for that to happen. Play for Change Cash App has been the main thing for years, since 2019. I ain't went through no banking systems or nothing. So I just watch. I just look at people. I told you, I said, I'll be quick. People know me. I'm not scamming nobody. If something came through, you put some funds through and we weren't able to do something with those funds, I tell you to roll them funds over to something else. Or if I can't refund it right there, I'll refund it piece by piece. The money don't always be right there, but I'm not stripping nobody. People know that. So when you respond to me like, I'll never forget that. It's all good, bro. It's all good. I don't do this, whatever you think this is. I don't do that. When I get off of here, I'm gonna DM you. I'm gonna get your Cash App. And from the new Cash App, I'm gonna send you your refund. And then I just don't wanna deal with you. Just based on how you handle that. I remember that conversation from about a week ago. I started rocking with you then, just how you came at me. There's a way to come at people. It's like, I'm sitting right here. I talk to people. I go live with people all the time. Y'all seen me do this by myself. No support from none of these big corporations, no posts from the shade room, nothing. We got this by ourselves, a community that we built. Ain't never promised to do no school building, nothing like that. It's been music, 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 music. And I even say, eventually, y'all, what we're gonna be able to do is what? We're gonna be able to get the funds from streams. I even did a song called Grind at the Mill. If y'all remember, I did the song Grind at the Mill. I said, I don't wanna keep pulling funds from people. I said, so just stream the song. Even in the song, it says, stream this song like 1,000,000 times. I said, just keep streaming the song. Let that song be the thing that's a fundraiser right there. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to keep pulling funds from people. I want it to be that we get so big that this be the main source of income. So all people have to do is support the funds. Support the streams and the music. And then we'll be able to take those funds to invest in things, support people. Do I have to keep going? When I was doing the raffling, how much funds? I forgot how much we gave away. Probably like 1,500, something like that. I think we gave away 900 one day, 900 another day. Now we gave away a lot of funds. And I was saying, I don't want to just take. I said, I want to give it back because these funds that y'all are doing, they're going toward the business, Phase 1 Productions or Phase 1 or Pharaoh Clan. They're going toward what I'm doing. Every time y'all see me in the studio, that's not free. So don't let people play that game. You're doing what Umar's doing. Umar made millions and didn't deliver. I have yet to make 1 million off of the people. I have yet to make 100,000 off of the people. We're doing this from humble beginnings. We came from humble beginnings. Some of y'all saw me with nothing, no followers, no nothing, from the ground. And I said, I'm signed to the people. Literally, 2020, I came out with the Sign to the People campaign because I saw Montana 300 do a fundraiser for his, what I think is Who Run It, the Who Run It freestyle. And when I saw him do that, I said, wow. I said, that's a great idea. I could just ask the people because I'm not signing with these labels. I got offers from labels and execs and all A&Rs and all kind of stuff. I rocked with the people. Nobody ain't gonna control me, control what I say. I got complete creative director, what do you call it? Creative control, things like I own me, my masters, everything. So yeah, when we listen, just make sure you DM me, bro, to get your refund. Just DM me, get your refund. And I'm not going, be harsh and say I'm gonna block you. I just want you to know something about me. I'm real principle based. Don't come at me wrong. Don't come at me wrong. Because if nobody else has a pure heart in this, it's Omari. He ain't trying to take from people. He's building something. He's working in the background. Just because you don't see me answer certain questions, people say, what's going on with the case? What's going on with this? Don't mean things ain't in motion. It just means that I've noticed that certain people just be nosy. They don't really want to help. I'm here for a mission. So yeah, that was, and I ain't gonna hold you, that was a little disheartening coming from you because you was one of the ones who was like, yo, I'm rocking with you. And then the way you came, it was like, yeah, okay. So I got you. We're gonna make sure that's sealed up. I'll tell y'all this before I get up out of here. One of Pop's sons, Dr. Miller, I'm not gonna say his name. One of Dr. Malachi's New York sons, I met him when I was 14 years old, right? And I was his broke best friend because I have no money. So sometimes I wanted, because he had a studio and everything, sometimes I wanted to come to the studio. I couldn't afford it. So he would pay for things like the bus fare. He would pay for things like if I needed to get a ride or Uber. So I called myself adding it. I think I got it right. But everything that anytime he would help me out with something, I need a loan or something like that, I would add up the amount. And it took years. But I would, every time I would get some funds, I'd be like, I'm gonna pay him back, I'm gonna pay him back. And then some other stuff would come up. Just recently, not too long ago, I was on the phone with him. I said, yo, wait, since I got you on the phone, what's your cash app? All right, I'm not gonna say what the amount was. Okay, but I had him on, I said, since I got you on the phone, what's your cash app? And he said the cash app. He said, what's this for? I said, remember I told you I owed you a certain amount of, like literally in like 2020, I told him I was gonna pay him back. Because he known me for damn near what, 14, 15, 16 years. I said, I'm gonna pay you back. I made good. I said, I just wanna make good. And he said, you a man, bro. He said, you a man. He said, that's a man, right? He said, I forgot all about that. And I literally, when people say that, I say, it's my responsibility to remember. I'm not trying to get over on anybody. And notice, I'm not asking for nothing right now. I'm just making sure that that's clear. So when I see people doing things and they're getting over on people, my thing is to put people on notice so it doesn't happen to them. You don't have to support me. You don't have to. Okay, the way it's looking, I got enough people that's rocking with it. I don't need you to support me. I don't need to be rich in this either. I don't need to be riding around in convertibles with Versace and Cartier glasses and $100,000. I don't need to be rich to do what I'm doing. If we live in month to month, if we got to look at the YouTube streams or the YouTube views, the funds that come from that, if we got to go to the streams, if we do a book sale, whatever, if we doing that and we making just enough to get this stuff done, okay, and take care of the things like from the book sales and the streams, like rent and all of that, okay, well then cool. I'm good. I don't need, I'm not trying to be rich. I don't want the things of this world. There's a mission. All right? So, any more questions that's about what we were speaking about? I just want to make sure. What would he? I remember when I first came across you, 2021, I think, oh, it's been genuine. Yeah, it's been genuine. I mean, I could cry right now. Y'all know I'm like that. I can cry right now, but I ain't going to do that because what's the point? Facts, how the fuck Dr. Umar got all that money and doesn't do shit? No, and no, they don't criticize him. They say we shouldn't criticize him, and they criticize me. You see what I'm saying? They don't come for him. They come for me, and I'm like, what did I promise you? What big thing that was supposed to be for black people? What did I say? Everything I said I was gonna do, I did. When I said we're gonna come out here and we're gonna challenge these people and we're gonna go big with it, I ain't even lie about that. I guess niggas didn't know how do you go big. Like, what do you mean you gonna go big? There's a way to go big. I studied it. We going big and we're gonna go bigger. I kept my word. And I didn't change. We had 500 something. We just were talking about 500,000 followers the other day. Now we have 525,000. Damn near. You see, I think 524. We're there. Y'all been with me. It ain't my post. If it weren't for y'all, if I put up something and I post it, you understand? I guess that's the reels play. Just imagine. If I post something, I just want to finish this. I don't know how I made it like a plaque for YouTube. I guess that's coming soon. Either way, if I post something and y'all share it, God damn it, this what it is. That's what I'll try to say. If I post something and y'all share it, y'all share it. But if y'all don't share the post, we wouldn't probably get half the views. They can't do nothing about the fact that the community shares it though. We probably wouldn't get half the views. You see a video, my views probably get somewhere around 10, 20,000, maybe daily, if it weren't for y'all. So every time you look at me, say, damn, FaZe get out of it. I came to the people humbly, said, help me, share this post. I gave people the formula how to do that shit. Help me out. We gonna get there, but I can't do this shit by myself. Never switched up. You ain't heard me drop no bullshit music. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga, kill him, pin her over, you know what I'm saying? Slice their throat, slam them in the refrigerator. What the hell? You ain't seen me do none of that. Still on what I've been on since you met me. 2021, you say you came 2021, Natasha? If it's Natasha, I don't want to mispronounce. You know what I'm saying? You come in 2020, you see I'm still genuine. That's 4 years. 4 years and hundreds of thousands of followers. We up here now. We 500K plus. And we done seen people switch up for 50K. And he still ain't switched. He still hasn't switched. I have 500,000 followers. I'm not after the money yet. If I'm about the money, I should be after it now. I should be after it. Fuck these people, right? Fuck them kids, fuck they mama, fuck everybody. I should just be after the money now. You should see me doing some type of convention where I say, everybody come listen to me talk about black people and how we got it. I could just scream on the stage and everybody say, yeah, he got, you paid for me to get angry. I can get angry, I can get sad, you paid, I can do anything. See, look, he did, he got jiggy with it. Yeah, I got jiggy with it, then you paid for me to get jiggy. Whatever the fuck I do on this stage, you paid. You think this is a revolution? So, y'all come for the wrong ones, bro, that shit. But you know what? I've been through enough of it. I be like, all right. I don't even be surprised. I don't even be surprised. Nigga be coming at me crazy. Shit. And I get it. Every dime people work for, don't get me wrong. I understand. Especially if you're trying to get a refund, it don't come when you want. I get it. And that could be frustrating. Just know your brother ain't stealing from you. He's not stealing. Sometimes it get a little tough. Stuff can get wrapped up in different places. And I do what I can. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not stealing from anybody. I take care of a lot of things. I handle a lot of things. But this ain't no steal. And if you see what we're doing with these lives, as long as we stay consistent, we showing up and we growing, eventually you ain't gonna have, I don't want, if I do a fundraiser, it'll be to help somebody or something. Okay, I don't want to just keep doing fundraisers and I want the music to be big enough, the attention and the views to be big enough that anything that we need financially to get things done, it's already there. Simple. All right, I think we good then, huh? Yeah, I ain't changed to this day. No, I'm going to give you a refund because you already came at me like that. I'm going to give you the refund. When you came at me, I couldn't send anybody anything. I saw your refund. I think it had a number attached to it. I couldn't send anything. Everything I attempted to do, it did like this. If it was a number, it did like this, and it said failed. At first, I thought it was just because it was so much happening that they was, because they've done that before. I thought it was because of all the activity from me saying we was working on some other stuff too. I ain't gonna speak on. I thought it was because of that they was eventually, later on, even though they say unlimited, that's a lie. You start pulling in a certain amount, they start monitoring and say, what you doing? What do you mean? I'm doing business. I have a business account. So what, if I do a $10,000 deal, is another $20,000 deal, I can't work with y'all without y'all being down my neck? You see what I'm saying? So when I saw that, that was among others. A few other people had sent funds that they didn't come through, and they told them they would fail. Or I tried to send people certain things, and it failed. So I'm definitely gonna get you a refund. And don't even hit them with that, because somebody $10 ain't you know what I'm saying? Somebody $10 is $100. So don't be like, what's the amount? Because it could have been $1. The point ain't even the refund. The point is how you came at me. I'm not belittling somebody about $10, $1.50. Money is money. Support is support. It's just the way you came at me. I just noted it. So I remember I saw that conversation. We had that conversation. And when I said that to you, you was like, oh, I apologize, whoop, whoop. You said that then. You said you apologized then. But you come on here talking crazy. So I don't rock with that. I don't rock with that. I don't rock with it. I wish you well, though. All right, one more question. Any one more question? This is a good one. I know some of these is quicker. I thought about doing this one with the format on the microphone, things like that. Oh, yeah, make sure y'all like the video. All y'all that's here, we got 80 likes right now. Make sure y'all like the video. When you get off of here, comment the things that you want me to talk about. Okay, I saw people speaking about this recently. That's why we came on here to do this. Like the video, comment, share the link, all of that. Everybody can like the video if you don't mind. One person was like, okay, I got you. Yeah, money, energy, regardless. I don't look at no, you know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, even when it came to the books, people sent 1,000 for the books. Somebody sent 500 for somebody sent $1 for they still got the books. I look at support like you telling me I rock with you. Some people do that daily. Even if they send $5, some people support daily. So, man, when they shut my cash out down, just personally speaking, that made a lot of shit hard. You know what I'm saying? Nigga almost ain't get over a finish line because of that. You know what I'm saying? That shit was tough. And then people don't like that type of stuff because it gets sketchy. So they'll fall back. It wasn't nothing but a minor setback. I had to figure a lot of stuff out. So I'm going through things like everybody else going through things to get stuff handled. But I'm not complaining. And I'm not a scammer, schemer, or skimmer. And there are a lot of things being done. I just watch people. When all this stuff happen how it need to happen, and it won't be long, I'm just not gonna want to hear it. I don't want to hear a lot of it, and I don't want applause or any of that. This has been the mission. I just want it done. So shout out to everybody. It don't matter what you send. You ever send $1? You ever send $1,000? Some people don't send 10,000. What? Listen, shout out to everybody, because I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the collaborative effort. I'm not one of the delusional ones that think I'm self-made. You see what I'm saying? No. Omari, phase 1 is every time somebody would try to talk shit before I would tell y'all, listen, calm it down. Y'all was flooding their comments, hitting them with hexes, all kinds of shit. I say, damn. You know what I'm saying? Omari is, the shared post, the comments, when people comment 3 times. Sometimes y'all would comment 9 times. Instagram started messaging me saying, yo, what's up with these? These bots? Are you doing botting? You know what I mean? Y'all wasn't playing. Y'all haven't been playing about the mission, me, music, what we're doing. And we growing together. So, shout out to y'all. That's how we got here. It's y'all. Every stream, every view, every like, Every comment is y'all. All right. I think we're good then, huh? Are you familiar with the telepathy tapes? No, I'm not. They sound familiar. I'm not familiar with them. Why did they shut it down? Their response was there was too much heightened activity and gambling, suspected gambling. I don't gamble. So, again, the thing that they were talking about was gambling was people sending in funds for my class. You see what I'm saying? And not just for my class, for a language class also. People were sending in funds, so they see that, they're like, hold on. Everybody sending this in. That's none of your business what they sending in. That's literally my business. You see what I'm saying? They're like, we suspect gambling. It's all good, though. Faye, do you think the 144,000? Oh, okay, hold on, my bad. I wonder how it would be with Nubian faces on the money in this country. Wouldn't nothing change. Faye, do you think the 144,000 are already here, or is there still a few who are asleep? I don't know. I think 144,000, if they are here, they will have to make a decision to be a part of that. It could be one of y'all, all of y'all. Could be none of you. What you're saying is you here to change something, spin some things around. So you could be building up to that, or it could be no such number. The simple answer is I don't know. I don't know why I'm still showing y'all the 500,000 followers, but we did get that. That's one of them. What do you call it? A milestone. That's a big thing. And I ain't even tripping. I swear. I think I'm just gonna happen upon 1 million. I think it's just gonna be sitting there and be like, All right, let's go live. Any questions? What y'all got? That's on B. All right, what y'all want me to talk about? It's like, damn, Phage, you had 1 million. Yeah, I see the pixels. I see the pixels just like you see the pixels. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how to let this shit get in my head. Because I know where I'm going. I know where we going. All right, it's 1:35. I love y'all. Peace in the lab. It's truly wonderful. Hadus I Shug. Operation Missing. They sense. Tell them I said that.